actually paying for it and they know they buy your music and all of that. So with all of this put in place, and like Egmont said here, the numbers are also very important. As you grow your fan base, as you grow your community, with the numbers that you have, that also translates into the tangible income that you will get from your content. Yes, and I'll advise, my advice to everybody out there who wants to be a musician and make money from your content and all of that, just make sure you are very intentional. I will say that because I was a victim of this many years ago. I did not really take social media seriously. It was just a normal post a picture and all of that. But then as that when I TV ads, influencing, and every other medium I could get money from. So yes, you can make a lot of money from this. And I also put out a music merchandise, which I literally sold out before I even posted on Instagram. Trust me, I sold out everything on WhatsApp using my status. So that's also very, very important. Very, very, very important. So yes, you can make a lot of money. Be strategic, be intentional, very key, and have structure.
Okay, so structure, be strategic, be intentional. I think that sums it up really. So I can move on to Nigeria very quickly because we need to go. But what do you love about Nigeria? Like when you say I can tell my own story of Nigeria and why I love Nigeria, but I want us to hear it from you so that there would be that understanding when we see you tomorrow. Maybe not tomorrow at Lekki Toll Gate. Still trying to get our people to do the right thing. So, what do you feel when you think Nigeria?
So, one interesting fact is I have never traveled out of Nigeria. All my siblings are my parents, me. So,
not even for vacation?
Nope.
Okay, please tweet that.
So, because like this, not be say if I won't go now, oh, come on.
Oh, you're freaking my account. I know.
But there's something. You see this night, and but they always pay me. Now say when we talk, they say now because it's Nigeria. No. Now actually because of that love. The people, Nigerians are crazy. Yes, sir. Nigerians. So now I want to believe everyone here is a creative. And when I say creative, it doesn't have to be maybe acting or whatever. So far, whatever work you do, the process by which you make that thing happen is a creation. So everyone creates one way or the other. Look at the people around you. Look at what you see or what you hear. They influence that process of creation. So look at any content that I have created is perhaps, yes, some figment of my imagination, but largely dependent on the people. Only people that have seen talk. If you hear people say rubbish, you understand what I'm saying? People that have seen talk, people that have seen the way they act. So look around. Nigeria is content. Nigeria. So if there's anything to love about Nigeria, Nigeria is content. And that every individual, every Nigerian has the ability or the capability to survive in Nigeria if there is an enabling environment for the Nigerian to thrive. You understand? So it's not a function of people are dull or now them not just serious. Well, yeah, you might have some cases like that, but that enabling environment to make them be that thing what they won't be. If it did, we go see say we go get hundreds of thousands of macaroni. So me, they always talk and say it's not because say na me sabi pass. No, I see some things. I see some people do some things, and I'm like, my goodness. So Nigeria is content. If you ask me what I love, is the content.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. So you've given your advice. Collins lists a lot of his talkings with advice. So Tolani, very quickly, maybe add to what he has said regarding Nigeria, and then how you think we as a people can project Nigeria better using digital.
So what I love about Nigeria, I feel at home here. I feel like I belong here. Nigerians are resilient. And yes, Nigeria is content, Mr. Macaroni. The craziness, I love it. I love everything because I can match Nigerians crazy. In terms of, can you tell me the last question, please?
Just advice. Let them understand how to use digital to project Nigeria better.
Okay, to protect Nigeria better. I guess we need to continue to tell the government to do better. Continue to use Twitter. Don't let anybody turn down your voice because everybody here is, opportune to have a voice. So whatever you feel like you can do to make Nigeria great, just do it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And finally, Imo, before we take questions, you're in the film space. A lot of people want to act, interestingly. So what can you say to them and how can they use digital to help push their career forward?
I think there's something some actors do now that I really love. They post their monologue videos and they tag everybody else. And sometimes they be annoying. You wake up in the morning and like you're 10 tags. But what happens is that you notice them. So don't be chilled about your marketing. Don't be too cool to market. Just go on the streets and market. I want to just say there's a lot of money in Nigeria. When I always tweet this, everybody just attacks me like, yeah. I swear to you, there's a lot of money in Nigeria. And if you're not too cool to be on the streets and market yourself on the digital space everywhere, you'll make a lot of money.
Thank you. There's a lot of money in Nigeria. So I think it's time for questions. I don't know how many we can take. Our host will be able to tell us. But yeah.
Thank you very much for such an interesting session. So if you have questions, please signify by raising your hands, the first two people. So one, and then the final person. Let me take at the back. But for those that were not picking their questions, please tweet at us and use the hashtag Lagos Digital Summit and your questions will be answered. Or, you can always send a DM or meet them if they're still available during the networking session after to ask your questions. All right, thank you very much. I feel so honored to be in this place this afternoon. My question goes to Mr. Macaroni. He said when people call him a comedian, that he laughs at it and he kind of like see it as a joke that why? Because I said according to what he said he moved into comedy out of frustration. He moved into it out of frustration. That's what I got from you.
100%.
All right. So, my question goes this way because this is a true story about myself. I finished secondary school at 2012, and then my dad was a businessman. I told him that I don't want to go into Nigerian university like that. I want to go and work for the movement. And when I get some money, I'll look for an institution that I have nothing to do with Nigeria. So after the process, I went for many works. I got some money. Then I went into ACC. I studied ACCA for like 2 years. I couldn't finish it. Then I came out. In 2016, my dad fell sick. That's why I couldn't continue. And then I was looking for money for treatment to treat him. The last year, 2020, I lost my dad. Last year, 1 week after losing him, the lockdown came up everywhere that there's lockdown, everybody should stay at home and this and that. So I was kind of like frustrated. The business my dad was doing, I was not managing it while he was sick. So the point came, inflation of Nigeria's here and there. Inflation's here and there. And then I was looking for what to do in order to make up money and put into the business. Then I went into Forex. I started learning Forex. I'm a Forex trader. But I'm having some losses on Forex, which are not making me happy. And you say something that everybody have the capability to progress if he wants to, and having an enabling environment. So my question is this: what
God
can
bless
I
you. God bless
do?
you.
My question is, what
This is
can
what we are
I
waiting
do?
for.
My question is, what can I do? What can I do to be progressive? Like, what can I do in digital world to be progressive? What can I do?
Sorry. I didn't hear. Now the question I look at, I hear everything. Now the question I look at here now.
Her question.
Okay, what can she do to progress in life?
Yes, to progress in this environment that is not so enabling.
In digital media. The last thing I heard about you is that you trade Forex or something like that. Are you an actor? Are you a performer? I'm
moving to Forex because I want to be progressive, but I'm having much of losses on it. And
what I want to know is right now, what do you do?
Aside Forex, I'm managing my
your
dad's
occupation.
business.
Huh?
I'm managing my dad's business.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Well, if I get your question correctly, what you're asking is, what can you do to progress? Like I said, everyone has the ability to progress. Now, the time we don't know. I was going to add something to what my Oga said. Oga almost said, don't be too cool to put yourself out there. What I tell people is that you have nothing to lose. So, for instance, someone like my dear sister now, who is trying to you have nothing to lose. If you try option A, you know what? You try B, you try C, you keep trying till you find that one. Because right now, you have nothing to lose. People like me, right now, I have a lot to lose if I do some certain things. That's me being factual. But right now, if you are asking yourself a question about what you want to do with your life, what you mind is that you have nothing to lose. I'm not saying start doing stupid stuff. No. I'm just saying don't be scared to explore. No, don't be scared. Don't limit yourself. You never. For instance, I was hell-bent on stage performances and acting. Big. I said I was never going to do online. But where am I now? Online. So explore, my sister. Explore. And you have a great, if I talk and I go be like, but you have a great storytelling. I don't know, say I go to say, but it's true. It's true. So I strongly believe that apart from managing your father's business, you can write, you can what? No problem. But trust me. Actually.
Good afternoon. I'm even thinking Mr. Macaroni will come here with more today. I saw you alone anyway. So my question is very slightly similar to our question. Please, just one advice to the Nigerian youths. Everybody wants to be like you. That's why they follow you. One advice to the Nigerian youths. Thank you.
What can I say? Well, it's pretty much what I'm saying, what I'm still saying. I wanted to also, it's good that, well, the mic is with me, so I'm getting to say one or two things. But Tolani also mentioned something about resilience. Sometimes there can be a curse and a blessing, but mostly it's the curse. Why? Because they know anything that happens in Nigeria today, we will tell ourselves, we go rocket down, the Niger spirit, all die and die, you go. So it can be survival instinct, yes, but somehow it's a curse. It's a curse from the culture of irresponsibility that we have had so far. So where something is supposed to be, I say 1 + 1 2, the way it's supposed to be, because it is usually not like that here. We have grown used to cutting corners. Everything you want to do in Nigeria, you cut corners. Your international passport, your driver's license, you want to go and register for this, cut corners. So if I want to speak to Nigerian youths, me, there is something I go by. Let me say, I'll say to you, but then I'll interpret. I will say, in Koto Makpa Omolaki Jimilara, what will inconvenience my brother or my sister? May God not let me do it. Because the first and most important thing that the Nigerian youth needs is humanity. The touch of humanity, not until all of us know that only love can make the world go round. We might never get to where we want to go to.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I think we'll just take one more question quickly. And this question is directed to Tolani Baj.
Hallelujah.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Loretta Sharma. When you spoke earlier, you mentioned something about social media, that if as a pretty lady you post something, maybe just a casual picture or something not too serious, something fun, it immediately gets a lot of attention. Instead of posting something about anything concerning business, it gets less attraction than something fun, especially as a lady that on social media, I think there's a degree of looking down. People look down on, especially if you're doing a man's job, like I am. I'm a contractor. I make water fountains. I do something masculine. Yes. So anytime I post something on that, it's like, nah, no, that's not it. But we post the casual picture there, like everybody's like, oh, that's nice. They respond to that instead of taking me seriously. So I wanted to ask you, how do you do it? How do you make people take you seriously for the business and your talent, what you are doing, instead of your looks or your femininity?
I think, first of all, you shouldn't be bothered about what people think or how people will perceive you.
I'm
What you
good.
really
Sorry,
need to
girl. How
just
you
focus on
doing?
your business. Eventually, people
How's
will
it
take you
going?
serious.
I asked about you
You
yesterday.
like
You
you
went
did say
around.
you're in a masculine, what's
You
it
said
called,
so.
field, but keep doing it.
You're at home.
I would consider
I'm
myself
supposed to
quite
jump on a
dominant.
call.
I do act
Can
like a
you
man
turn on? I
sometimes
have like
because that's how I feel like
a
people can take me
seminar.
serious.
But
But you
there's
have to
nothing
be
read. I need to
confident
read.
and
I'm
be
going to my
very
next
sure in
back to
yourself
Monday.
that nobody else can tell you
You
different.
guys are full.
But I will say, good job.
I'm
Keep doing
so
what you're
sad.
doing. I'm telling you, you may
But
not see the
yeah.
results now, but if you keep driving at it, you'll be the best.
Yeah, someone's gonna come pick me up.
Yeah,
But I have this
encourage
goal
more
that I need
fellow
to get
women
out
to
of.
join your field. That's also a
So
good
I don't
thing
know what
too.
time I'll leave.
Find
So
small
I'm gonna
groups of
leave
women
here
that
around
empower each other
2:30.
because you're a boss.
Yeah.
Okay, men can be intimidated by female
Okay.
bosses, but know yourself.
No
Okay,
worries.
and I'm
But
proud
we'll
of you.
chat. We'll chat
A round
on
of applause for our
Instagram.
panelists, please.
I will,
Look
babe.
at
Have a
this
nice
session of like
day.
so interesting. Every single
Anytime.
person has a
Bye.
question. So what we're going to do is you can tweet it and at tweet at Lagos Digital Summit with the hashtag Lagos Digital Summit, and with the hashtag, I'm sure they can see the questions and answer it via Twitter. Now, a round of applause for our panelists once again. So as we round up the session, I'd like to call on Skelly and Chinedu to please come present our wonderful guests with a honorarium and take pictures as well. Thank you. Mr. Macaroni, 0130513929. GTB, Mr. Macaroni, you're not listening to the account number. We don't want audio 500,000, please. Okay, so while we're waiting for Skelly and Chinedu to present their gifts, Naomi Mack has something to add to answer the last question.
Okay, I'm not singing, don't worry. So for the lady who asked that question, I wanted to add to what Tolani said. So I think it's really good that you stay true to what you do and all. And the other thing will be that can you try and find a creative way of presenting that same business to the same people? Because sometimes these people just want to see the same thing in a different way. And so that's what I want to say to you.
A round of applause for her, please. I think that is definitely a way to do it. Maybe it's high time you start posing beside the fountains, looking like you're in paradise, Garden of Eden kind of poses on the fountain. Let's get ready for our next panel discussion. Let's get ready for our next panel discussion, which is the business and the use of digital media. So we've had the entertainment part, and now it's time for business. Business. Picked out of that was the fact that, digital media is not just social media, because I think we limit ourselves to that. That was very, very profound for me. And not every digital platform is good for you. So I think it's up to us to identify the platforms that work for us, like they rightfully said. Okay. So while they're making their way down stage, I need to test the energy level so that I know that I'm not losing you guys, that you guys are not zoning out on me. So what does LDS stand for? Wow, it was like half of the crowd, half of the audience. What does LDS stand for? Now, remember, I told you guys that whoever has the most engagement on Twitter using the hashtag Lagos Digital Summit, you are entitled to a cash prize. Yes, we're giving money. So tweet, get tweeting. Okay, so now it's time for us to have our second panel discussion. And like I said earlier, the topic is business and the use of digital media. And I would like to call on stage our moderator, CFA, that is Chukwemeka Fred Agbata, who is the founder, Institute's Regional Director for Africa. A round of applause for him as he makes his way. Wow, this is gonna be a serious session. I can already feel it. I mean, the way he just went up like, yes, let's get down to making money. Okay, so I'm gonna call our first panelist, Oti Ukubeinje, who is the VP Growth Marketing Terragon Group. A round of applause for him, please. Oti. Okay. So I would like to call on Ben Bassi, who is the editor-in-chief and director of content, Pulse Nigeria. A round of applause for him, please. I've told you this is a very serious segment. Dotun Oloyede, founder and CEO, Rollad Properties. A round of applause for him. Ayo Ogunlowo, co-founder, Penny Tree. A round of applause for him. Last but definitely not
to that, please.
Yeah. So thanks for the question. One of the advantages of digital is you can actually track everything. You can track your metrics. If it's working, you can see it's working. If it's not working, you can see it's working. So for instance, if you have like a campaign, you set out a strategy. Of course, the end goal of all strategies, apart from our awareness campaign, is to get those conversions. That's what most brands and companies are actually after, conversions, having those clients, having those customers. So depending on the platform you're using, platforms have analytic tools. You can actually track how each campaign is performing, how each post is performing. And of course, when we talk about digital, it's not just limited to social media. Of course, social media is one of the biggest right now, but there's still website, there's email as well. But in all of these, it's very easy. All these various tools have analytics platforms with which you can easily track how any campaign you're running is performing real time as well. And then for the next part of your question, the challenges, it's I think the major challenge for me is finding that balance, the right balance itself. So for us as a media platform, we also have like a marketing aspect to pulse as well. So we work with brands and big companies all the time. And working with brands, you get to find out that they have a certain way they want to be perceived. Like in all their communications, you need to get that brand messaging right. But for us as an audience-facing platform, we also have a way our audience respond to certain type of content. So it's being able to find that balance between what the brand wants and what we know that will resonate with our audience, and also being able to make that balance convert. So what usually happens most times is you might get one right and lose the other. Yeah, so you might get the brand messaging right, but it's not engaging enough for our audience to be interested. Or you might get the audience part right and it's not converting. So I guess the major challenge for us is finding that balance.
All right, thank you. Lila, can you hear us? Lila, mic check. Can you hear us? I wanted to go to this next question first. If she can't, just say hello.
Hi.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Just say hello again. Let's see if we can hear you. Okay. While we sort that out, Ayo, I'll jump to you, and I'll just ask you a very simple question. Has digital media taken jobs from us, or it has given us more jobs?
Hi, everyone. Hi. It's created more jobs. And there are so many use cases you can use or have for your argument. So first of all, there are so many new job categories today that never existed, say, 10 years before now. So or people never knew they could build a career off it. So I'm talking about SEO specialist, copywriter, graphics designer, UI, UX, VFX, brand strategist, social media influencer, content curators, content creators. Those are new jobs that just everywhere. They're even remote. So a lot of people combine multiple jobs. So look at Fiverr, look at Upwork. These are platforms that people literally just stay in their homes and they're able to work with anybody across the world. So I think in itself, and again, when you look at the market cap of those companies, I'm talking about like $10 billion. So that is a market that actually exists. So I think it's created more jobs. If anybody has lost their job or become redundant because, because of the evolution of digital, it is because they are probably not pivoting or they are not upskilling, right? So even the traditional media, the print media are all going digital because the reach for digital is clearly more. And even from a business perspective, if you scale your business, say you're trying to scale your business and you're able to scale your business and you increase the scale and complexity, clearly you are going to have to hire more people as well to manage that scale. So in all, I think there are more jobs created by digital than being taken. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Lila, can you hear us now? Can you say hello? Let's just see.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, awesome. We could hear you. Okay, so the question for you is, what role does digital media play in brand building and digital communications, particularly when you're building a small business?
Thank you very much for the question, and thank you for having me. Digital media plays an extremely, important role for small. So digital media essentially and digital communication allow businesses to reach audiences that they might not reach offline. So it's an extremely important part of a marketing strategy. And as was mentioned on the panel, it's not just social media. There's websites, there's YouTube, there's Instagram, Twitter, there's newsletters that you can use, to target your particular audience. So digital communication
leveraging the digital space. You have perception about a whole lot of brand that you have never even been to the physical space before, because all the information you had or have is based on what you've seen in the digital space. So it's very important for every brand to leverage that, particularly for us at Roland Properties. Let me take you back to March, April 2020, during the heat of the pandemic. And so there was something we did before the pandemic really struck and we had to go on total shutdown, because we realized that there's an element of our business that requires a lot of physicality, which is people want to see what they want to buy, site inspection. So whereas, how do we bridge this gap? Because when there's total lockdown, you won't be able to take people for site inspection, and that can mean a lot. So we built something we call virtual inspection, virtual tour. And how were we able to leverage this to get business? We had to use the digital space. And I can tell you for free that we had the most of business that year during the pandemic, because we had to leverage digital space to reach our end user. Another thing that space has done for us is it's been a channel for us to tap into the diaspora market. So it's not a case where you need a physical presence in all these places before you are able to do business with these people. By leveraging the digital space, creating a lot of content, targeting people in those spaces, we've been able to build connection. So the real office where they come to meet us is the digital space, where they get to learn about what we do, ask questions, and we're able to convert them to customer. So to summarize how digital space has impacted property business is the fact that it's a bridge, it's a leveler. I tell people that if you take advantage of digital space, you can be anything you want to be part-time. You can say you're the best. You can portray yourself with the use of content on social media, on digital space, and you can hit your target market. And that has been what we've done, and it has given amazing results.
Okay, quickly, Ben, what tools would you advise startups just starting out now to use in leveraging the digital space?
There are various tools out there. I guess it depends on what's really relevant for your own target market. But I would say at least have, for the touch points with your clients, your customers, one, where you're onboarding, you're meeting trying to onboard new clients. Let me just give an example. Like, I was house hunting recently, and I was told to come see go to the agent's office. So I was ready to pay for the house. I felt, okay, I'll just go in there to sign some documents, make money and transfer the money and stuff. Only for me to get there, they gave me a form to fill. And I'm done filling the form and they said I can go, they'll come, and I'm like, why am I here? Like, I left what I was doing, spent hours in traffic, go here, and you're telling me just to fill a form. And I told them probably that I could have done this online. And I was obviously disappointed, and needless to say, I might not work with them again. So for every touch point with your client, try to make it as easy as possible to onboard them. Then communication, like, okay, I'll take this is my where I work, for example, as Pulse, where we're fully digital. From everything we do, documents, signing, emails, we don't use anything hard copy. It's very difficult. The only time we use hard copy is when probably want to relate with like our lawyers or people outside of Pulse. So for communication, make it easy to communicate. Like, you can have probably two processes if you need, but make sure you communicate digitally. It's very, very important. Very, very important. And I guess that's about that. Of course, if someone wants, you're a brand, you want to sell stuff. So someone wants to sign up for your service or product, make sure, like he rightly said, you brought it to them virtually. So make sure I can just, at the comfort of my home, order for a product or a service from you. I think those are the three key areas for me.
All right, thanks, man. Lila, can you make your point now?
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry about that. I had an internet connection issue. But what I was saying essentially is that...
Speaking, but the sound...
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, could you please kindly repeat the question so I make sure that I'm answering the right question?
So the question is the role of digital media in brand building and digital communication.
Yes, so as I was saying earlier, and like many of the panelists have mentioned, digital communication is a strategy that cannot be ignored, especially for small businesses and SMEs. And the reason why that is because digital communication enables you to reach a larger demographic. Not only that, it's actually cost effective in comparison to traditional marketing and digital and communication strategies that companies use. Digital communication is not just social media; it goes beyond that. It's websites, it's mailing lists, it's newsletters, it's targeted communication directly to your target audience. And social media actually gives an advantage in the sense that you can target your communication, and sometimes the budgets don't have to be super elaborate. So when people think of digital communication, it can be difficult to grasp, but once you understand who your audience is and how to effectively communicate with them in a simple manner, digital communication can actually lead a lot of great results. And you're seeing more and more businesses and media houses as well adapting a subscription model, adapting newsletter models, and ensuring that they have data from their customers so they can target their digital communication. And digital communication can also be a lot of fun. It's a way to really express yourself as a business and kind of show your brand personality. So I'll leave it at that, but I think a lot of the panelists have kind of reiterated the points that I'm making. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Linda. I'll jump to you, Ayo. What advice do you have for those intending to start out their digital media journey today?
Okay. I think I'll split it into two. I also look at it from having to scale your business using digital media. So for the career path, I think there's little to no barrier to entry. You don't even need a university degree to go into digital media. And most importantly, the resources are everywhere, almost democratized, So from YouTube to Udacity to Udemy, Coursera, EDX, there are free courses. Even the ones that are paid for are still, to a level affordable. So I think that's a good place to start to research, to study, because a lot of people think maybe being on social media and sending tweets is what it is really, but it goes beyond that. You need to be very consistent. And this being what everybody has been talking about all through today about consistency, you need to put yourself out there to ensure that you're known. So you can't be a digital media person and you just want to be behind the scene. People don't know you, right? So you have to put your best foot forward. I also think that you need a good community, like an ecosystem, because most of the, so, I mean, I hire people, and one thing that is very prevalent is when I say, oh, I need a content manager, social media content manager, the next thing is, oh, I know a graphics person, or the next thing is I know a growth hacker, the next thing is I know a digital marketer. So it's almost like a community. So if you are going to tread that path, you have to ensure that you're also part of the ecosystem, because that ecosystem is a very complementary one, such that you're able to work with other people. I think, again, you have to keep exploring. It is very important. You have to also your way up. So yeah, and pretty much on the flip side, for those who want to use digital media to scale their business, I think one thing that is important to consider is you must know your target audience. If you're looking for baby boomers, so what are you doing on TikTok? Or if you're looking for Gen Zs, what are you doing on Facebook? That's already a mismatch. You understand my point? So you need to know your audience. You need to know the platform to get your audience. I guess that's where growth hacking also comes. So if you know this, the next thing is to also ensure that you have an objective, because if you don't have KPIs that you're tracking, really, so how do you know if your customer acquisition cost has gone beyond what you planned? Do you get? So it is very important for a business owner to know their audience, have KPIs, and also have the resources to execute, because without those resources, you can't say you want to use one person for everything. It's almost not making sense. So yeah, thank you.
Amazing. Do you guys understand please clap for Ayo. Like deep value, like free. But too quickly on regulation, what are your thoughts about regulation? Is it necessary for the industry?
Of course, it is. It is. Regulation is like a referee in a match. You can't play a football match without a referee, right? It's not going to be fair. So regulation keeps the consumer from the producer, as the case may be. Make sure that both sides are protected. In my industry, government plays a role. Even though right now government is becoming a player, but it is necessary to protect both the practitioners and the end user. So the place of regulation cannot be overemphasized. Look at the building collapse. There's no way you can absorb the government from it. That's failure on the part of regulation. The law says when you're building beyond 7 floors, government is supposed to be involved. So when there's no regulation, things are not, people are not protected. So that's the importance of regulation.
Okay, Lila, you have the last word. What is your take on the future of digital media in business today in Nigeria? The future. What's your take?
Thank you for the question. I think the take is digital media is the future, and we all just need to adapt. Digital media is the present, and we all need to adapt. Essentially, it's going to be probably the only way that one of the only major ways that businesses can advertise going forward. And if you don't have a digital communication strategy, or you are not a digital native, I would advise that you get digital natives in your company and people who understand digital media, because it's the present, it's the future, and we need to all just catch up to the new times.
Thank you very much, Leah. That was the second last word. Let's have OT. Let him have the last word. Traffic dealt with him, right? All right, OT, summarize from your perspective what you do at Terragon. How do you see the role of digital media in helping to transform businesses? In your own words. 1 minute.
Thank you. First off, my apologies for just arriving. I think to your question, it's I tend to always look at things from a data-first perspective because of where we sit as a data-driven company. So it's one thing that digital media has indeed transformed the way we do business today, and has made it possible for even businesses that never thought that they could operate at a national level suddenly become global businesses. The other side of it is it's become such a huge demand for businesses that we almost want to do everything. What I would say is, very simply, it's always good to start small and scale your digital media approach to doing business or marketing. And the only way to know what's working and what's not working is to be very data-driven.
So you have a plethora of platforms. You have social media, you have blogs, you have video platforms, you have email marketing as a form of email and mobile messaging, your conversational platforms, all as different forms of digital media to execute business. But what's more important is knowing the one that works very well for your business as you scale. So my recommendation is that businesses should approach a test and learn approach to different platforms and figure out the one that really drives the ROI for your business, that gives you the best opportunity to build relationships with your customers, both existing and prospective, and double down. Don't try to be everywhere because you'll be very diluted and not as effective as someone who's just focused on one or two platforms and delivering outstandingly on those platforms.
Thank you very much, Oti. Data is very important, and as you get deeper into the digital media space, regulation to ensure that everyone is protected. And then, of course, to Ben, who talked about the kind of tools that you will use. On that note, I'd like to say thank you very much. If you want to take questions, she would handle the questions session because I have a hard stop at this point. But thank you very much for listening, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
Round of applause for our moderator, CFA, as he takes his leave. Okay, so questions. Wow. Now I have to come to you. If I should miss you, God will not allow heaven miss me. The way, see, when I said questions, it's like, you know those people that say anti-I, anti-I, anti-I. Please, the mic is yours. Ask your question.
Thank you. Can you hear me? All right. My name is Pamela. I'm a writer and a creative director. So for a while now, like when we try to propose to some clients, and we're all about the whole digital marketing stuff. So we usually get this complaint from new ventures. Can you hear me? All right. We usually get these complaints from like new ventures when they say that, okay, it's not just about creating a content or making a graphics design and making their social media page look good. It's about, okay, if we propose like a marketing campaign, like a social media marketing campaign, they'll be like, all right, how do we get the returns on the marketing investments? Like, how can we keep track of these campaigns that we do? So how, because the social media now, like, okay, it's not about the numbers, like they are just like impressions, and impressions, you need leads, and leads needs to be converted to clients. So like, we did a research on like, okay, social media and like how people get inclined, they're engaged to it. And we see like, okay, most of these methods are like unconventional methods to use to engage social media people, because most of these people are just inclined to like, okay, something that is not really of the normal, like the typical conventional commercials that we do. So like my question now is that, okay, how is it like we build a strategy where the numbers can actually be turned into converted clients? And if you get what I mean.
How can you turn your numbers, or how can you convert your numbers into clients?
Okay. So let me just take a cheap piece of it now. I like the marketing communication expert take it up. So the concept of converting your leads to clients, it's not just the function of the content or the whatever ad you pushed out. There's a part of the product, there's a part of your customer service, your engagement. So we hired some marketing communication experts, but they said our job is to get us visibility and leads. Whether they now buy or not is up to you and your product. So sometimes it's like that. So you must have a conversion plan. You must also measure your conversion rates, lead to conversion. You must measure so you can track what is the problem. Is it the products? What are they saying? Is it that when they come, they don't want it? Is it our customer engagement? Is it the customer service? So you must track all those things. It's not just about the marketing, communication, and the content. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all,
Well, not really. Not really. I think you said it all in terms of value and stickiness beyond just your content. Yeah.
I would like to say a big shout out to the organizers of this event. I think it's a real privilege to be here today. Yeah, my question is, yeah, we have different people. Yeah, entrepreneurs, small business entrepreneurs who are not expressive or are kind of introverted. How are they going to come up?
I'm sorry, can we just keep it down at the back a bit so that we can actually hear those asking questions and hear our panelists when they answer? Thank you very much.
I said there are people who are not as very expressive and are introverted. So these kind of people and they are entrepreneurs. How are they supposed to keep to themselves, hold on to their individual trait and let their work speak for them? Or they have to learn or force themselves to be what they are naturally not? I don't know if I'm understood.
I'll answer the way I understand it. So I'll use myself as an example. Pretty much, I like to be behind the scene. I'm a business guy, numbers, and that's it. But having to, go into fintech, I understand that beyond just what I'm doing, I need to also let people know what I'm doing. I need to showcase what I'm doing. I need to put my best foot forward, right? And that became necessary because I can't scale my business if I'm not out there. Like, I need to let people know what I'm up to. People also want to know who is, the face of a business, right? So it is important for me to be out there and to also run major campaigns that will put me out there because people want to be sure that they are doing business with the right, set of people. So that's me pretty much, but I will also allow others to weigh.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lele, to us.
Yeah, if I may, yeah, I think that's a really great question. And I wanted to jump in because I think I have some personal experience with this. So I just want to say, first and foremost, you choose what you decide to share with the public, right? And I think that there's people who are naturally introverted, and I'm actually a naturally introverted person, but my work requires me to be extroverted and to showcase my work. So in the beginning, I kind of just used to post, let's say like my newspaper articles, or let's say something that I was speaking at, but I would never really showcase my personality or really showcase anything outside of core business. But I started to realize that if you're trying to build genuine connections with people, you do have to give a little bit of yourself, but you also have to remember that you choose what you share with the public. So that's where a content strategy, a media strategy can come in handy. So you definitely don't go out of your comfort zone. But people want to know the faces behind the business. They want to know, who it is that they're essentially going to be working with. So if you're an entrepreneur who is more introverted, that's totally fine. There's ways that you can, choose what you share with the public. But I think in order to foster a genuine sense of community, you do have to go a bit out of your comfort zone, even when it feels a bit uncomfortable. So I'll just leave it at that.
Thank you very much, and Lele. Does any of the panelists? Okay. So one last question, and then we can call this session a wrap. Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is John. I'm a social media manager and a content creator. So one of my side hustles, or one of the side things I do on the side, is sell books. I sell books, but I really can't differentiate if I should use my personal account, that's me, myself, for this movement, or I have to create another social media page or another social media outlet in passing out this information that I want to pass out to the people. My goal is to make people read, or want to make people read. But I'm finding out that it's more difficult, for example, using my personal platform for this. So I don't really know if I should continue personally on using personally my personal social media, or I should go outside, maybe finding another platform, creating another platform, and use out to still pass out this message? So that's my question.
Well, I have the mic, so I'll just go first. I'll give you a good example. You know Tesla, right? Tesla Motors. And then you know the owner, Elon Musk. When you look at the two handles on Twitter, which one do you think people interact with more?
Elon Musk.
Good. But if you have any problem with a Tesla vehicle,
you go to Tesla.
So that kind of answers your question, where there is the person behind the product, and then there is the product. But the thing is, people build relationships with people and not with companies first, especially when you're trying to scale a business. So I would say maintain both and use your personal handle to build the relationship that people are buying into, but always have a way to tie in the company brand or the company handles itself, because at some point, you desire for that business to become bigger than you. So you don't want to be tied to it. So you sort of cultivate both of them. But at the early stages, you need to build the relationship as a personal human being.
Just to add to what he said, separate the products. But when it comes to you, there are three things that must align: who you are, what you do, and what makes you come alive, like what makes you happy. You must find an alignment. And when you do, you be the face of everything you do. I just wanted to chip that in.
So I think there's nothing wrong, like I already mentioned, you starting with your own personal social media page. You can always start there. For instance, there are lots of things I do right now, which I just tested with a page that probably doesn't have up to like 10 followers. So I have this habit of when I have an idea, I'll create it out, then use one anonymous page, then pay for some ads and push it out to as many people as possible, just to be able to get feedback. So starting your page is also the process of you also getting feedback. So start there, grow. When you grow to a point where you feel you need to have like a separate page for this, then you can now just create one.
Okay, so, I think we're just going to take this last question and then we're going to call it a wrap. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olatunde. Okay, there's this idea of marketing funnel of starting from awareness, then you go down to conversion. And there's also this idea of building a brand before you start selling. So, but for a small business, we advise that a small business should spend a lot of money on building a brand before you start selling, or on spending a lot of money on awareness without looking at the conversion. So that's my question.
I think that's a really good question. Interestingly, I've spent the last couple of years dealing with enterprises. I'm now moving into small businesses, and I can see a huge difference, especially when it comes to budgets and expectations from marketing. And so I'm sure that's where that's coming from. It's a completely different world. Small businesses do not necessarily care about impressions and reach. They just want results because they don't have all the money to throw away. But you can't beat the funnel, right? In the sense that awareness is not necessarily tied to brand building. Awareness is simply just establishing the fact that you exist, right? And people need to know that you exist before they can take any further action with you. So for small businesses, what it just says is, where a large brand, a Coca-Cola, a bank, and all that has built a product that almost everybody can consume, you have not done that. So you need to look closer into your target market, or your niche, as you may call it, to say, I still want to build awareness, but it's for just 100,000 people. How do I find those 100,000 people and let them know that I exist? So it's still at a smaller scale. But where a big business will say, you know what, all of Q1, Q2, we're just focused on reach. Let people know that we exist. You have a shorter funnel that says within the same week, the people that know me should be the people who need my service and have indicated it in one way or the other. So I want to reach them and shorten that conversion cycle so that the moment they find out about my business, I've designed my communication with a clear call to action for them to do something that would allow me to establish an immediate relationship with them. So I'm not even going to start looking at my spend from a reach and awareness perspective. Just focus on the next level. This person that I've spoken to, how do I convert them into a lead so that I can start to build that conversation? So you will see that you still follow that funnel where there is an awareness, but you're not waiting for months for it to happen. You want within a single interaction, probably awareness and consideration to happen. If you don't want it, don't bother. That means I'm targeting the wrong person. I don't want to waste more impressions on this kind of person. So a typical small business campaign would have a reach and frequency of say 1 or 2. Whereas big brands will try to reach you up to 7 times so that you build some deep level of awareness and brand embodiment before you take your next action. Because in most cases, you can't even consume that product immediately. So you as a small business needs to design your funnel such that on that first encounter, you can move them further down to maybe submitting a lead. You would measure that money spent on the leads generated, not necessarily on the people reached, because you don't have that kind of money, if that makes sense.
A round of applause for our panelists, please. That was really an insightful session. And now to round up, I would like to call Wale Ojomo and Pamilari to come present the honorarium to our guests as we take pictures. A round of applause for Pamilari and Wale Ojomo. Thank you so much to our panelists. Thank you, Oti. Thank you, Dotu. Thank you, Lele, for joining us online. Thank you, Ben Bassi. Thank you, Ayo Ogunlowo. Thank you for your time and presence today. So while they're taking pictures, I just wanted to announce that we have not, remember I've been talking about the cash giveaway. I mean, for those who have the highest engagements, but guess what? So courtesy Roland Properties, we will be giving away 1 plot of land. I know, right? It shocked you. It shocked you. So just stick around. We would be announcing that at the end of the summit. So, and yes, we also have a guest performance. And, you know, our sponsors, MTN, Roland Properties, My Libre Books, Amber Drinks, would like you to come check out all that they have to, you know, show us today, their merchandise today. So while we are going to be serenaded by our guest artist, we would want you to check that. And then after, we are giving out 1 plot of land. So call your contractors. You're about to be a landlord. Okay. Please, let's just, you know, sit tight. The show still continues, but this is our last panel discussion for the day. We're already rounding up, so don't be in a hurry. We're almost done. So please give a round of applause, you know, to our panelists as they make their way down the stage for creating time to, you know, share with us from their wealth of wisdom. Okay, so right about now, I would like to call our guest artist to, you know, come give us a little something just so that we can relax. You know, too much book is not good sometimes. So we need to play a little. So we need to relax a little. So I'd like to call or please welcome Kayode as he takes the stage to give us a wonderful performance. And while that is going on, please don't forget to check out the different stalls at the back, Amber Drinks, My Libre Books, MTN, and of course, yeah, that's about it. Penny Tree. Okay, no, Penny Tree at the back. So please welcome, a round of applause for Kayode, please. Wait first. They did not ginger you well. Please go back. How do you want me to introduce you, Kayode? The enigmatic, the best of the best, the one with the beautiful voice. Wait, stop. Please go back. I called you enigmatic. You're strolling in. Do they do that? You're going to walk with swagger, okay? Now I'm going to do it one last time. Please. I'm giving you this ginger now. Who came with you? Let them record so that you can tell them that the fans were wowed when you stepped on the stage. So let's do it again. Make way for the enigmatic, the best of the best, the one with the sonorous voice. Kayode, KK.
Hi everyone. I'm Adini Kayode Francis. I'm a performing artist and a songwriter. I've got 2 beautiful songs to perform today. Music is the only way, and the only weapon. Music is the only way. All right. Music is the only weapon I have here to express myself. So I got 2 beautiful songs here for everybody. Mr. DJ, I believe my song is here. All right. Mr. DJ, I believe my song is here. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Oh.
Your village people what?
Sorry. Can the song come again, please, Mr. DJ? Yeah. Mr. DJ, I'm waiting for you. Yeah, this is a song about Nigeria, Nigeria generally. And it's a song about youth and everybody. Yeah. You don't say where the money day about you don't think the of us for this place. So where the money day about all I know, I go Shiny grave on, we no go carry on. We got just stay strong, we still the open. We steady the pray to God, make you pick up as we delay love. We still the show love, we no go fuck up, we still they stay strong. Yeah. Steady also for the street, my guy, don't they? Oh, what you see, and only shall I? But see, my guys go chop and down and no one pay. Hey, kill that shit, why everything they be like this? Now, Jagon, no, the ginger street, even economy, no, the ginger person. Oh, we can't let them, yo. Oh, Baba, me shut him, yo. I want to take care of you, but because my call you, yeah. The carry go, a shiny go, we no go carry gun. We got just stay strong, we still the open, we steady the way to God. Make you pick up as we the level up, we still the show love, we no go fuck up, we still the stay strong. Hey, hey, them see us strong, they want to see our weakness. So they don't want us to rise up, they don't want me to rise up. Them got nothing to offer, love past their fake love. Oh my army, think twice. Use a tarot water, you go use spice. Cause if you go be, I wanna be one day job. I wanna be one day job. Oh, no plans for the ghetto youth. You know fit to know unless you put legs in our shoes. Snake up the swallow money, we know that's not true. 36 really I shiny go down. We don't go carry gun. We got just stay strong. We still dey open. We steady the go to go. Make you pick up as we dey level up. We still dey show love. We don't go fuck up. We still dey stay strong. Oh, yeah. Every hustle I gotta put the this one enjoy it too. One more, yeah.
Applause for Kaya Day.
Yeah, I still have one more song. Though. Yeah, I still want one more beautiful song. Though. Yeah, hey, yeah, Cappuccino. Hello, Shadi, you are my joy lover, so you the way turn up, I want you to right, shut up, I know fit to work up for you, baby, nobody fit to know, so you are I know me don't I know me shako, I know me kasi I know me don't I know you phone. This your party. I want your party. Your party. Easy for me. This your party. I want your party. This your party. Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, what you do today? I love you so like I'm only within my voice. Oh, my baby, yeah, I'll be okay. I love the way you just have to split up on your face. Oh, no. I can't do like say, I can't do like say, you know they do liquor. I can't do like say, I can't do like say, you know they do see for. Oh, I can't do like say, I can't do like say, you know they do. Oh, I can't do like your body. I want your body. Oh, yeah, your body. Release it for me. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
A round of applause for Kaya. They come back. They're clapping for you. You're walking away. Come back. Please, have you shot the video of that last song? Okay, if you're looking for video vixens, I can audition. Okay. I'll pay to be a video vixen. Okay, no problem. So please stand. We like to give you a honorarium and of course take pictures with you. So I'd like to call. So I'd like to call on stage Baba Oba and Classic Niger to come present Higher Day with his honorarium and of course take pictures. And Higher Day, I can dance, so I can break. Even though some people said break dancing is devil dance. Who has seen that video? Oh, you haven't? Okay. I can dance. So I would like to Classic Niger and Baba Oba. So while Kaya Day is taking pictures, don't forget that we're giving out land today. Someone is going home with a plot of land. So in case they gave you a piece of paper or they gave you one paper like that at the beginning and you threw the paper away, you've thrown your land away, you've thrown the land away. So go and look for the paper. So wherever you kept it, please bring it out as we're about to announce, or we're about to have the raffle draw. A round of applause once again for Kaya Day, please. So I would like to bring up a representative from My Libre Books. They also have, like today is just a day of giveaways, to be honest. We're celebrating 5 years and My Libre Books came prepared. So I'd like a representative from My Libre Books to please come and tell us what we've won or what we are getting today. So let me even gist you guys. I have a baby niece who's like 6 years old. And one day, I just saw someone moving around the house. So I was staying with my aunt at the time. And then I saw someone moving around the house. And I was just hearing, hey guys, what's up? This is my bedroom. This is where my bed is. This is my TV. It's not on at the moment. So this is my mirror. I always stand to look at myself. I said, what are you doing? I said, I have my YouTube channel. I'm like, what? When you were 6 years old, it was either, when I was 6 years old, it was either become an engineer or a doctor. And I went to school to become an architect. And now I am holding a mic. And she was like, no, I want to be a YouTuber. I'm like, wow. It just goes to show how times have changed. The world is evolving. They have more options than we ever did, especially with the use of digital media. Had I known, I would have told God to push back my delivery dates. I'll be born today and live in this new age. Okay, we have our representative from My Libre Books. A round of applause for her. She takes the stage, please.
Thank you. All right, hi everyone. I hope you all are having a good time.
Okay, so sorry to cut you short, but so if you don't have a piece of paper that will qualify you for a plot of land, please make your way to Roland Properties at the back to get a piece of paper that would, make you eligible or, or make you stand a chance to win when the raffle draw is on. So if you don't have a piece of paper, because we're going to call the number there, you can never tell what number you would have. So just make your way down to Roland Properties to the stall at the back. And yeah, but please, let's make it orderly, please. Thank you. I know it's land.
All right, thank you. And like I mentioned earlier, we'll be giving out my fires to some lucky winners. And we also have some other incentives like notepads and key holders that people will also be winning from us. So please, if you haven't downloaded My Libre Books app yet, go on App Store and Google Play Store and search for My Libre Books. And then you can install the app, create an account, and go ahead and subscribe to one of our plans. So once you have done that, kindly visit us at our booth, straight ahead, straight down, and then you show us your proof of subscription and you stand a chance to win one of these. So we're waiting for you and we'll be expecting you. Thank you.
A round of applause for her. Now, the moment some of you have been waiting for. And I have to say, Wale was not fair. Because if you had told me that we can win plot of land, I would have attended instead of doing MC. Now, this mic is standing between me and my destiny of being a landlord. Okay. God is watching you. Okay, so if you do not have a piece of paper, please make your way down to Roland Properties as we're about to announce the winner of a plot of land. So those standing at the back, are you trying to get your raffle draw numbers? Those at the back, can we call it now? Can we have the raffle draw? It's like these people don't want land. Wale, how far now? Just give it to me. Because my ginger is ready. I have like 2-3 contractors. We'll start building on it tomorrow. Are you ready for the raffle draw? Who said no over there? Are you still trying to get your numbers? Are you ready for the raffle draw? Wow. It's land though in this Lagos. And we're all calm. Okay. One last time so that I'm sure that those at the back would come because I can see people rushing to get numbers. Can we have the raffle draw now? It's like they're gonna go and bring that check, that big long check that I always like, but I've never collected. It's always passing me by. Roland, please, can I touch the hem of this? I received my land. I received my land in Banana Island. I received my land in Ikoyi. Okay, so are you ready for us? Are you ready to give one of us a plot of land? Okay, let's go. Okay, so look to the screen. That is where we have the raffle draw roly something. I don't know what it's called, but that is it over there. Okay, so there's still some people at the back trying to get. Okay, time has closed. The bell has rung. No more giving of paper of plot of land raffle tickets. Let's close it so that everyone will sit and be settled. Can I go and take my own paper? I cannot. I've spotted your face so that when I pray for my enemies, I can show your face to God and say, God, this girl. Okay? So are you ready for us, Roland? So look to the screen. The raffle draw is about to start. It's about to roll.
Number 56. Check your papers right now. Number 56.
Who is number 56?
Number 56. Number 56.
He went to the toilet.
Gone. Number 56. Do we have number 56?
56.
Come on, give her a round of applause. So we have to confirm. We have to confirm. Let's confirm. All right, apparently we have number 56 here. Okay.
Please remove the face mask. Let's identify you.
What is the name?
Moya Delaja.
Can I have some of our team members up here, please?
So wait, like that, now she has land. I need to
well, like that, oh, she has land. All right. So, but it's not over, you know. For everyone here, even with a minimum deposit of 50,000, you can also secure something right now, right there today, like right now. And then there are some of our properties that are having up to 40% discount. And that offer is just for you. And we can even wait for you for the next 7 days to make that payment. But you can go to the back stand now and fill a commitment form just to ensure that we lock you in for that 7 days grace period. But eventually you don't come with your briefcase today, you know? So it's not over, but today we have someone who's going home with something fantastic. Wow. I wish I were a guest here today. All right, so.
Oh God, I help in ages past. I'm going to go and pray. Moyo, please, when you're leaving here, I'm going to follow you to get the soap that you are using. Who needs soap, please? You need soap, Abby? No problem. A round of applause for Roland and a round of applause for Moyo. Moyo.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, LDS 5th edition, on behalf of Roland Properties and Allied Services Limited, we are happy to award a plot of land measuring 500 square meters at Freedom City Estate, Ibejuleki, to Moyi Adelaja. Roller Properties on this. A round of applause for Moyi. If you know Ibejuleki, you know what she just got today. All right, so we have many offers, many freebies for you. Go to our website, www.rollerproperties.com. Go to our social media pages, Roller Properties Limited on Instagram, and follow us. A lot of freebies coming your way, even on our online channels. You don't want to miss it? Yeah. So are you excited? Do you want to say something?
Excited. I was not expecting it. I'm very excited.
All right, that's it from me. So please, you go to the back and then we'll take your details. A round of applause again for her.
I don't reduce the volume.
I don't have energy again. My energy just went with that plot of land. Please let me just sit down. Because his mic I'm holding since morning, standing in heels. Someone sat down, took wisdom and took land again. This world is not fair. This world is not my home. But I've been able to enjoy this year's edition of the Lagos Digital Summit. I mean, if you are glad that you came, can you... Because let's be honest, there are some events you go to that you hear the same aspire to, perspire to, inspire to, retire to, acquire to, retire to expire. But I myself, when you use something, you feel like you know all about it. I mean, is it not Instagram? Is it not WhatsApp? Is it not this? Is it not that? But then coming here today, we're able to even see that there is another strategy and dynamic to what we already used before. So I think a round of applause to all our sponsors, to all our speakers, our panelists, the organizers, Mustardals, and Expose Media. A round of applause for them for putting this together. So right about now, we would like to have a presentation of, a honorarium and plaques to our sponsors to, thank them for being part of this. Thank them for, sponsoring and making sure that today our vision saw the light of day. So I would like to call our sponsors up on the stage. Penny Tree, Amber Energy Drink, My Libri Books, Rollard Properties, a round of applause for our sponsors as they come to take pictures. Rollard Properties. Oh my God. I'm gonna storm your page. Because this land cannot just go like that.
Find your home this Christmas with as low as 50,000 Naira and spread your payment up to 24 months. This incredible offer comes with 20% discount on outright payment and gifts like hampers, bags of rice, goats, chicken, vegetable oil, and appliances. Find your home in our wide range of secured and developed locations.
Rollard Properties, please, your representative, please, can he come take pictures with us, please, so that we can finally wrap up. I mean, we've come to the end of the program already. We've come to the end of the 5th edition of the Lagos Digital Summit. So can we just make this, picture-taking session very snappy? Can the representative of Amber Drinks please make their way down? Then Penny Tree, the representative from Penny Tree. So Amber Drinks, the representative from Amber Drinks, please can you Thank you very much. Thank you for being a part of the 5th annual Lagos Digital Summit. We don't take it for granted.
Stop, I'm buying energy drink. No more shutting down. We're going up.
Okay, so last but not least, the MC, the most beautiful girl, the one that is living here without a land. Roland. It's time for me to take my own pictures. You will not clap for me. Did I not try since morning? Thank you so much, LDS, for having me a second time. Thank you for believing in the brand. Thank you for giving us work.
This Christmas with as low as 50,
even though you did not give us land, you gave us work. Thank you. Okay, so finally, I would like to call Demola Adetona for the vote of thanks. Oh, yes. So you know my Libre books came and said someone is going to go home with a MiFi. So they are here to announce the winner. So come up, come up. If it's not my name, go back, go back.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so we have Olawale here. Olawale with a Gmail, a Yahoo mail, olawale_u@yahoo.com. So if you're okay, please let's clap for him. Congratulations. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so while he's trying to prove that he is the one, that he's the Olawale we're looking for, I would like Ademola Adetona to please make his way to the stage as we wrap up not one, not the first, not the second, not the third, not the fourth, but the 5th edition. I mean, for something to last for more than 5 years or for 5 years in this Nigeria, you know it's not beans. Because Nigeria has a way of, I love Nigeria, but Nigeria has a way of stifling and frustrating anything that has the potential to grow. Let's be honest. But hopefully, there'll be a better Nigeria. Amen? Gas will reduce. Amen? They will not remove subsidy. Amen? Okay. Twitter ban will be lifted. Amen?
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the LDS Committee 2021, on behalf of our sponsors, Rollard Properties, My Libre Books, Amber Energy Drink, MTN Nigeria, we would like to say a very big thank you for gracing this 5th edition. It's been a very wonderful year with Bosse. And we know that culture is also changing. So a lot of people are, are no longer attending events. So that's why we invested heavily on our live streaming so that, a lot of people can join. They won't be left behind. So from everybody that joined, from the team, the volunteers especially, thank you very much. The people that traveled all the way from Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Abuja, the speakers, the keynote speakers, everybody that came on board, the panelists and everybody on the session, we want to say a very big thank you, and then we'll see you next year. My name is Demola Adetona.
Definitely we'll be seeing you next year. No man is an island. It's not just one or two people that just put all this together. but we have our volunteers and, our project team. So we would like to recognize every single volunteer here. So please make your way to the stage or just the front here as we, thank you for your commitment and your labor of love. So for every volunteer, please make your way to take pictures and also so that they can clap for you. So for all our volunteers, please make your way. A round of applause for every volunteer, please. I mean, it's not easy giving your time. I can imagine the amount of stress, calls, trying to put this together. So we have to say thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Every single department, every project team, every volunteer. Oh, there's no DJ. Give us more music now. Eh? Let them vibe small. Okay, so all our volunteers, please, wherever you are, can you quickly make your way to the stage? And while we're doing that, I would just like to thank every single person here today for spending your Friday with us. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you enjoyed the LDS this year. And we hope we'll be seeing you next year as well for the 6th edition, right? Was it worth it? Don't lie to us. So, was it worth it? I can see someone sipping amber drink and it's like, yeah, like, don't disturb me, please. I'm relaxing, I'm having fun. I see you. I'm going to go and relax myself. So while they're taking pictures, I'm part of the team too now. Okay. Okay. So I'd like to say a big thank you to every single person here. We have officially come to the end of the Lagos Digital Summit. Thank you so much for being a part of this, for spending your Friday morning stroke afternoon with us. We do not take you for granted. We cannot wait to see you next year at the 6th edition of the Lagos Digital Summit. My name is Pelumi. You can follow me on Instagram at Pelumi_Shitu. And yeah, let's chat, let's engage. Thank you so much. God bless you. And as you go back to your respective locations, God keep you safe, especially in these times. Thank you so much and bye-bye.
So I say,